And now one of my favorite Jason Voorhees figures. Today on Toy Spot we're going to be looking at Cult Classics Series 1, Jason Voorhees. This is from the Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood, which, if you've watched my videos, I have already claimed and made it very clear that Part 7 was my favorite Jason. I liked Part 9. I liked Jason Goes to Hell. I liked the way he looked there. But by far, and I think if you ask any horror movie fan, they'll say that, unless they're retarded, no, not retarded, but they'll probably say that their favorite is Part 7 Jason. I mean, what isn't there to love about this guy? I mean, he's fantastic. For once, somebody said to themselves, you know what? In every movie, Jason always looks the same. He doesn't show any of the abuse or the wear and tear that he's taken through all these movies. Finally, somebody said, hey, why don't we actually make Jason look like he's been through complete hell? And what you ended up with was just a thing of beauty. In the way of packaging, we'll get through this quickly. We get a picture of the Part 7 poster, which was quite nice. In the background, you probably can't make it out all that well, but there's a forest scene in the background, which adds only to the character. And then on the side, there is a picture of Jason, Part 7 Jason, on the back. Now, this is Cult Classics Series 1. So, I mean, this is quite a ways back, and unfortunately, because of that, this figure's a little harder to come by. But the characters also in the wave were the Eric Draven Crow, as well as Spike from Gremlins. It wasn't Mohawk, I think it was Spike. But and then there is also American Psycho, Robert Bates. My memory sucks so much sometimes. That unfortunately, guys, is the drawback when you get older. You don't remember things as well as you used to. Pretty sure that's Robert Bates, though. But there you have the packaging. What I'm going to do is I'll take a brief break, and I will open this guy up and give you guys a better reason why you should love this figure. And one of the first things you'll probably notice from the figure, guys, is the fact that he is incredibly large. This is a beefy figure. The downside, unfortunately, is the fact that for how impressive he is sculpted, he loses a lot in articulation. He has the articulation in the shoulders, as well as there is articulation in the hand or in the arm, although it's very stiff. He's got the rubberized hand action going on there, and there's articulation in that shoulder and that elbow as well. Aside from that, there's a little articulation in the waist, not much, and there's some articulation in the head. Aside from that, though, he is a statue, guys. He is nothing but a statue. Not necessarily a bad thing, but I'm hoping, and we can only cross our fingers, that I'm hoping Mezco is going to continue the rest of their Freddy and Jason figures, and they're going to eventually give us Part 5 Jason, which I'm looking forward to, and I'm hoping they're going to give us a Part 7, and I'm hoping, and I think I'm now asking for too much, I'm hoping they're going to give us finally a decent Jason X figure, because as little articulation as this guy has, the Jason X Jason from Movie Maniacs is probably is even worse. But I still love this figure. I mean, this figure is incredibly detailed. The ripped fabric in his shirt is a separate piece too. I mean, it's not a molded it's not a molded part to his chest. And then you can see his rib cage and everything else underneath. You can see the chain when Tommy chained him down into the bottom of Crystal Lake. Very nice, though. I mean, just absolutely I'm lost for words. That's my problem. But it's just an unbelievable looking figure. The detail on the face as well is incredible. I don't know if maybe Mezco took their page from this guy, but one of the good things about this figure as well is the fact that his mask comes off. And look at the ugly mug on that guy. But great detail though. I mean, that is probably the most accurate Jason face I've probably seen of all the figures that have been released of him. I mean that looks like Jason from the movie. But the downside though is, as nice as the mask is, unlike the Mezco, the rubberized plastic on this guy is really flimsy. It just feels like it's going to give at any minute. So for that reason, I'm not going to mess around too much with it. And I'll put the mask back on before I rip the straps. But get this guy back on here. But a really nice detailed figure. Very happy with him. I know you guys were asking when I was going to do a review on this guy, and hopefully I didn't disappoint. But we'll put this guy down for a second. His accessories are a spear, which is nice. And actually, it does feel like this is wood, a wooden handle, as opposed to plastic. It could just be the way it was sculpted, but to me it feels like wood. But there you go. He also comes with an axe, which I'll get into shot. There we go. And he also comes with his machete. Now, unfortunately, being that this is an older figure, the detailing on the accessories isn't at the level I would say that Mezco released theirs at. The axe, the paint application on the axe is a bit, I don't know, disappointing, I would say. I mean, I think they were trying to go with a worn looking axe. It doesn't look like the paint was done right on it. Same thing with the machete. The machete's not too bad. Maybe I'm just fussy, I don't know. But his other accessory is of a chunk of land, I'm assuming from Crystal Lake, of course. And he can stand on it, which will actually I won't put him in just yet, because there's one thing I want to point out. You'll notice this tree stump here. If I turn it around, and right there, I think you can make that out. It says Freddy Lives. I found that rather interesting. There is also a mention of a heart with ER in it. I'm trying to figure out what maybe that ER stands for. I can't quite think of anything that probably would relate to that. So if you guys know, feel free to fire it on down there in the comments section. But a very nice base for Jason. I want to put this stuff aside for a second. I just want to move this guy over just to give you guys a size comparison here. If I bring out part 4 Jason and I bring out part 6 Jason, these of course are from both the Mezco line, and there is Jason Goes to Hell Jason. You'll notice there is a considerable height difference between the two, and again, it's only because this guy is more of a statue, and I can only hope that joining these boys here we'll eventually get a part 7 Jason, because I mean that would be fantastic. But moving these guys aside and going back to the man in charge here, great figure, highly recommend him. It's just unfortunate he is limited the way he is in articulation, but still want to give him a thumbs up. There you have a toy spot on Cult Classics Series 1, Friday the 13th Part 7 Jason. And with that, I will see you guys next time.